Well, hello everyone and welcome back to an update for Jurassic World Evolution. This is going to be very off the cuff, just off Frontier's live stream on Twitch. On Twitch? Oh my god, what the hell's Twitch? On Twitch. And they were basically discussing the updates that are going to be coming to Jurassic World Evolution, update 1.4. And I'm going to run through all of the stuff that they've covered and maybe skipping a few things that are really just minor things. But okay, first things first, it's a free update for all consoles. That's PC, Xbox One, and the PS4. Wow, I really can't talk. And it's going to be coming on September the 13th, which is from today, 3 weeks away. And the first thing that they showed was the all-important difference in sizes between the four big carnivores, this being T.rex, well, first being Ceratosaurus, then being T.rex, and then being Giganotosaurus. And that was when I think the chat sort of lost their minds. It was great to see. Hopefully I'll put up some of the footage there. And of course, the Spinosaurus, and it was really good the way they showed it as well, because I'd sort of shown it in one of my own videos, but through a fan on Reddit making their own versions. But the change from Giga is mind-blowing. It's almost like twice the size, way more than a couple of meters for sure. Anyway, I think they've decided to really scale that up because Giganotosaurus, Gigantosaurus, Giganotosaurus, whatever you want to call it, was bigger than T.rex. And that, I mean, this was all a fan service. They didn't have to change this at all. So hats off to Frontier for really just showing how much they care about their fans. And not only that, they did also show the sizes in battles. Because they noticed that the Spino, they said it was going to be slimmer, but it doesn't seem to be slimmer. It just seems to be a scaled up version. And carnivores, of course, this was covered before, now hunt when hungry. This is the same for every carnivore in the game, except, or bar, Indominus Rex and Indoraptor, which, of course, if you've seen the movies, are natural-born killers. So they want also to be some mystery in the dinosaur behaviors, and they've only discussed a few of them, and I'll discuss that later on. Sorry, I made a point of that because they were like, ooh, we'll cover this later. But the biggest reveal for 1.4 is a new game mode, a new way to play the game called Challenge Mode, which has 4 difficulties: easy, medium, hard, and the hardest difficulty being Jurassic. This is like basically a new way to play Jurassic World Evolution, and will be standard for if you've never played the game before. It will be an option for you. You don't have to unlock it. There is also a incentive for doing this. Not only does it change the way the game plays, because you have to do certain things. It's not just like an optional contract. If you cancel a contract, you will be penalized for it. So the achievements for them, there are 2 main ones that we saw. There may be more, I'm not too sure. But there is a coastal skin for Indominus Rex, and that is for 5-starring an island on the hardest difficulty, that being Jurassic. And there was one for the Deinonychus, which was, I think, the jungle skin, and just have a 5-star, I think, in any difficulty. And of course, I've discussed the penalties for cancelling contracts. And this is new, the Hammond fees as well. This is something. So when you were to go through the islands and get more and more stars, you'd notice you would accumulate a ton of wealth. The Hammond fees are designed to combat this, so you won't have a giant pot of money. So the higher star rating you have in your park, the bigger your park, the more the maintenance will go up, and in turn the Hammond fees. So that will decrease your expenditure and how you can just flaunt your money around, without fear of causing trouble to yourself. And another big change is if you 5-star any of the islands, this being Madanceros, the 5 deaths, you will now have the ability to change the light on that island. So now no longer will Isla Pena be locked into darkness, which is good and bad. I thought it was kind of nice that every island had their own feeling to them, and that's definitely what they went into going inwards. Going into it, I meant. But I do understand why they do want to change this, because not everybody likes the night mode, and really it should be down to the player, I guess. And they're gonna make more people happy with this change than are already disappointed that they can't do it. So that's definitely good that they did that. There is a lot more settings for Sandbox, thank God. One thing they didn't discuss was that the rain, you couldn't have storms on Isla Nublar. I'm pretty sure they've already confirmed that that is going to be a fix. But I'm just saying, in that video, or in the live stream, sorry, they didn't discuss that at all, which makes me a little bit hesitant, but I'm sure it is definitely being worked on, or they just overlooked it. So I'm sure that's going to be fixed, because not only that, they have all these different fixes. So lifespan can now be changed. So now, no longer will dinosaurs die within 3 hours of gameplay, even when they're maxed out through their brain, research on the genomes. You can now switch it to unlimited. Not only that, but dinosaur lifespans have just been generally increased anyway. So no dinosaur will live as short as they do in the game right now. So dinosaurs now live longer in general. Sandbox also has new contracts. Or just in general, there has been 6 new contract types to be implemented throughout the game. So you would have seen them all. You would have seen that classic contract that asks you to make an Indominus Rex, which can cost millions, but only gives you $2,000 or $3,000 profit from it. So it's completely unnecessary to do, especially when Indominus Rex is a crazy hybrid that you have to design the facility for it. You can't just chuck it in somewhere. So now that contract has been balanced, so you make a profit. So if you're looking to make an Indominus and you see that, or maybe you're not, you might think, well, it's a free way to make an Indominus, so I might as well do that. But one of the contract types that they hinted towards was the force fight contract. Now, normally it tells you to have dinosaurs fight each other, not maybe even some certain dinosaurs. But what they've done is changed it so that they'll have dinosaurs fight each other, but say that they want a certain dinosaur to win. And in some cases, it might not be a dinosaur who would win under normal circumstances if 100% genome is what they have. So you might need to make a Triceratops that can take down a T.rex, just adding a little bit more flavor and spice, a little bit of spice to these to the contracts. So there's also been 2 new languages introduced as well into the game. So that is Italian and Korean. So obviously they've had some fan bases be like, what are you doing? I can't read it. And now the second biggest really update that we've been looking for in this update is that you can view attractions like the viewing gallery and the viewing platforms in first person. And not only that, you can also view hotels in first person, which is going to be great when I get back to my Jurassic World playthrough on Isla Nublar, because I have so many hotels. It'd be great to see what they look like. And not only is that the only change for the hotels, but you also have visibility. So hotels act as viewing platforms for your dinosaurs, increasing the coverage. Which is good, because you would, when I've been doing my playthroughs, you thought, even when you're going to certain hotels around the world, you book them for their views, right? So it kind of makes sense. But also there is a first person added to the monorail, which again is some way that your visitors can actively view your park. So it only makes sense that you can also view the monorail the exact same way. And also the gyrospheres have been added to that list as well. So gyrospheres, you can also look at first person and not have to control. I think that's what that means. So you don't have to take out a new one. You can just you design the path that the gyrospheres go on, and you can look at it the way it was intended to, which is quite nice. And another really big update is that there has been new fights added into the game. So there has been, or at least they've alluded to, a territorial fight. So if, Styracosaurus has only a certain amount of dinosaurs that they can have in their enclosure, or at least they'll be happy with. So if they have too many, they might start having threat displays. Which may kind of or may not injure each other, but it's just a way for them to I don't know, it just makes the dinosaurs feel more real, and that's what we wanted from this update, or me personally, was to bring these dinosaurs to life and just change the game in a way that makes it better. And that seems to be what they've focused on here. Also, you can cancel research and dinosaurs in the incubation, which is so good, because I think whoever's played, you guys have played Jurassic World Evolution, I played it, and when you accidentally make the wrong dinosaur, well, there you go. You've just got to wait for it to be done or fail, and then you've got to sell it. So that's really nice of them to add that. And Also, you can reset genomes. So instead of, going, maybe you need to make feed a dinosaur to another dinosaur. So you might go for the Struthiomimus, and you've already got loads of modifications on that. Now there's a quick button there should be, at least it said here, that you can click and it'll just reset the entire genome instead of you going back through and turning things off and going all that way. And the final, I know, right? I can already hear. Is that it? Yes. The Spinosaurus, and I'm kind of interested they ended on this one. Now has the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus calls, and specifically the Jurassic Park 3 call that's so iconic with it when it comes out of the hatchery. There's also been 2 or 3 other types of that same Spinosaurus call added in, and that is it. That is all of the update that was covered in 1.4 that is coming. And I know that we have so many people, and me included, that wanted aquatic creatures. Even some people wanted glacier creatures, new dinosaurs. And some people even said that, Colin Trevorrow, the producer of the Jurassic World series and director of the first and third one, now confirmed, visited Frontier at their studios and said that he was really excited for this update. And that led a lot of people to believe that it was going to have, big game changes, like a new way to view your dinosaurs. Unfortunately, no, that isn't the case. I mean, you can view your dinosaurs through the viewing platform and viewing event or whatever you want to call it. But, we've already had that. Well, sorry, we had a JPOG, but it felt like it was something that was just missing from the game that should have been there from the start. But Frontier have definitely fixed that. And that is going to have to conclude this video on everything you need to know with the 1.4 update. I'm looking forward to it. I'm with you guys. I wanted some dinosaurs. I wanted some tour vehicles, and we're still holding out for those aquatic creatures. It's Jurassic World. There needs to be at least a mosasaur. They recently came out and confirmed that aquatic creatures aren't coming, which is really sad. But it's sad from a fan. It's sad from a gamer perspective. It's sad on all around. But I feel like they've done that as a PR saving face, so they don't get the flack if they don't have it. But I honestly feel like they're secretly working on it, and then all of a sudden they want to surprise us with it and be like, you thought it wasn't coming? I mean, worst case scenario, it never comes, and I've always got that hope. Best case scenario, it comes. So, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that it does come. But this update is going to change a lot of ways. Like, basically, they're focusing on that challenge mode and the way that you're going to play your park. And what I am hoping is that it really does change how you play it, because that will be amazing. So anyway, guys, I will definitely play that. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.